UFC Serbia. Yes, you read that right. Daniel Rodriguez is headlining a card in the UFC in 2026. I don't know what's worse, like the fact that this is actually happening or the fact that I'm making a fucking video about it. Anyways, yeah, I mean, what do you expect? This card, I mean, has to suck, right? You would think it does. It's fucking terrible. Yeah, I mean, I've watched like a lot of film on this. That's the even worse part. Anyway, I'm doing a breakdown. Let's just get into it. Yeah, so first up, apparently we have Marina Spasic versus Stephanie Luciano. I'm gonna take Stephanie Luciano. Yeah, let me pull my notes up. Can you believe that? Who's the bigger loser, by the way? You for watching this video or me taking notes on film that I've watched for it? Holy shit. Okay, so here, I mean, good lord. Luciano, here I have, uses range with calf kicks and side kicks and looks for straight shots. She's a good kickboxer, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. She's recently kind of developed a decent grappling game, which I like. I mean, it shows that she has growth. If I remember correctly, she's in her 20s, right? Usually in women's MMA, they have a style and they don't really build upon it, like an Erin Blanchfield. Incredible grappler, striking's never developed because she sticks to the one style. Not so much with Stephanie Luciano. It seems like she actually is trying to like build upon her MMA game. Spasic, I don't even know how to say it. She basically just works off of a jab the entire time, and she can only beat cans. The one loss that she has on her record is when she actually fought someone of good competition and had a good record. She got smoked. So, not smoked. It was a decision. But, like, she didn't look good. She, like, clearly lost. So, yeah, I mean, how can I expect, like, your best wins are, like, 5-2? Okay, she beat a girl who was 5-2. She also beat a girl who was 12-10-1, 0-2, 6-4, 0-1, 0-0. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'll take Stephanie Luciano. Looks to have some growth in her game. So, yeah. Moving on from that. Up next here, I have Jovan Leka versus Alexander Poppeck. So, I believe Poppeck, is he the light heavyweight? Is that what I remember? He is. He's a light heavyweight who's coming in on short notice to this heavyweight fight now. So, I'm gonna take Poppeck. Lighter man skill, right? You know, especially at heavyweight. You can't trust a f***ing unranked debutant heavyweight, you know what I mean? I'd rather take the debutant light heavyweight than the heavyweight. It's just common sense at this point. Here I have, not that anyone cares, I have written down, Leka likes to work off of teeps and low kicks and then tries to work in grappling. His striking's not the most clean. It looks like he knows what he's doing, but from what I can tell as of recent, he kind of just likes to grapple. And once he is on the ground, he's looking to throw like a mediocre amount of ground and pound and then like maybe work in some submissions off of that. But Leka doesn't really do well when he's being swarmed, I've noticed. Like when he does get put on the back foot and guys are shooting takedowns or they just have a ton of output, he kind of shits the bed a little bit and he doesn't know what to do. On the other side of things, you would think that me saying that, oh, you took Poppeck, so Poppeck does that, right? No, he does the exact opposite of that, and that sounds retarded. I sound like a jackass now. But hear me out. Poppeck is, for one, a light heavyweight. For two, he doesn't really throw anything. People can't hit him because he's just running the whole time. And I can't expect, if these light heavyweights aren't able to hit him and he's just circling over and over and over and over, he literally doesn't throw. It's like weird. I don't know how the he's gotten this far. How do I, if the light heavyweights can't hit him, how the do I expect, how do I expect a fat, you know, debutant heavyweight to be able to get to him? How can I expect that? Poppeck literally only throws if his opponent overextends like a ton, and he knows for a fact that he's not going to be able to get countered or anything, so he'll just like pop out a shot or two, and that's it. And then he's just back on his bike, just circling, running. This fight's gonna f***ing suck. I'm warning you right now. This is the new era of heavyweights that we're signing. So anyways, I'm taking Poppeck, I guess, by a boring decision. Yeah, I don't care. Moving on. Next up, we have Nina Milosevic versus Haley Cowan. Yeah, so Haley Cowan's a wrestler, and she's basically just trying to blitz you into the fence and then eventually just shoot a takedown and keep shooting a takedown against the fence. It's not fun to watch. Milosevic throws a lot of overhands, and she is like decently powerful as well. And then when things do get in close, she has good counter grappling, and her clinch work is actually pretty damn good. So inherently, I just think that Haley Cowan being as Cohen, I don't even know how to say her name, Jesus Christ. Cowan is as defensively irresponsible as it gets. She's sloppy and just kind of, ends up just trying to shoot a takedown against the fence. And she gets caught a lot of time. I mean, she's 7-5. She gets pinged up every time that she enters, it seems. I'm watching back Haley Cowan fights in my free time, like taking notes. Oh, she doesn't do a good job of this. I'm such a loser. Yeah, no, I'm taking, I never even said who I was taking. I'm taking Milosevic. I think she probably puts her out by ground and pound. Probably. I think she's probably going to end up catching Cowan. I think Cowan will probably shoot a couple of takedowns early, fail them against the fence. Eventually, Milosevic circles off, get back to space. She lands a couple overhands. Cowan doesn't know what to do, so she keeps shooting. And then eventually, Milosevic is like, all right, I'm not going to, scramble, get back up to my feet. I'm just going to work for a reversal and get to opposite, or just stuff the takedown as a whole and take your back and then, just start beating your face through the canvas. That's how I see it. Who cares? I say that literally like every single fight. I gotta stop doing that. But who does? You know what I mean? Who gives a single... Moving on. Anyways. Mateusz Rebecki versus Kyle Prepolec. I'm gonna take Rebecki. I do think that there is money here to be won on Prepolec because Rebecki is so prone to getting into wars and just getting violently up. Because, I mean, the whole style that Rebecki has is he's trying to get in close and land an overhand. Because he's got little T-Rex arms, so it's like he has no choice but to essentially just brawl and get inside, land an overhand, or land some sort of looping shot in close, or shoot a takedown, which he doesn't really go to as like his as like a plan A, even though it probably should be. I do think he lands takedowns in this fight, so that's why I'm taking him, is because Kyle Prepolec, if Rebecki has done any sort of a game plan, he should know, shoot a takedown on Kyle Prepolec. Kyle Prepolec is fucking terrible when it comes to getting, denying a takedown or getting up from being on the ground. He's just kind of helpless when it comes to being on the ground. But as far as like Prepolec having a chance, like where are his chances in this fight, it's gonna be like a one shot, like, oh, he hurt him really bad with that, like, oh, he landed a high kick, because, Prepolec does a good job of mixing in kicks from both sides. Like, it's kind of something that I think that a lot of these lower ranked lightweights don't really see too often, is those weird, like, two-shot combinations with the high kick at the end from either side. And with the way Rebecki runs in, he could just end up getting clipped by a high kick or a step off the center line and pop him with a straight hand and it wobbles him. Prepolec really just, like, he needs to land a singular, like, one powerful shot, because he doesn't really open up in, like, extended combinations. I mean, right here I have Prepolec has very short-ended combos and relies on power from rangy weapons. High kicks, power, power straight shots. I just don't trust that. I think that it needs to be like a volume type of a thing to put away around Rebecki, because he is a brawler. Yeah, no, I'm gonna take Rebecki here. Prepolec, I do think has a chance, because I think that he can be, methodical in the way that he approaches the striking, but the takedown defense was the outlier for me. I couldn't get past it. I'll take Rebecki. I think he lands takedowns. I think he has top control, and I think he probably ends up getting a TKO here inside of the third round. Up next, we have Bogdan Grad versus Denis Buzukja. Yeah, so, oh my god. So Denis Buzukja has a death wish, I guess? What is he doing? He just got flatlined. How long ago was that? How long ago did he get flatlined? Dude, it was late April. Oh my God, he hopped right back into a training camp. Yeah, I'm gonna take Bogdan Grad. Bogdan Grad throws a ton. He's kind of a tard. Like, he's just gonna run at you and throw looping shots and eventually like chain it into takedowns. Like, it's just a pressure style of fighting. Combined with that, it's not even like he just has a ton of output. He has a ton of output and he's like decently powerful too. Buzukja has like no finishing ability whatsoever. And he like fights and it looks good and he has good fundamentals and it looks pretty, but like, for one, you got flatlined inside of a minute. I mean, at this point, barely 3 months ago. That's enough reason for me to pick against you. But also, you've shown me that all you do is when you get pressured is you just get put out. I'm getting like a flashback of like that one black guy, Jamal Emmers, just a straight right hand, just down the pipe, put him out. The Barbosa one was bad. At least that one was a counter though, you know what I mean? But like, this isn't a beauty pageant. You're not there to look pretty. Bogdan Grad is gonna run at you and throw looping shots. If you don't have the ability like a Luke Riley to be able to swing in there and put him out with a counter shot or, you know, land first, Dennis Buzukja has no finishing ability. How many finishes does he have at all in the UFC? He finished Connor Matthews. Welcome to the club, pal. Yeah, no. I'm okay. I'm gonna take Bogdan Grad by finish here, probably in the first or second round. Next up, we have Mark Vologdin versus Borislav Nikolic. Yeah, so Nikolic is coming in on short notice. By the way, why does Mark Vologdin, why is he, dude, he's built like a Goomba from Mario. You know what I'm talking about? Like the little short, stubby brown mushroom guys. That's what he's kind of built like that. Anyways, I don't know why, like, I'm looking at his picture right now. I don't know why that made me think of that. But yeah, we don't really know too much about Nikolic, and he's coming in on short notice. I am going to take Vologdin just because I haven't seen too much of Nikolic. Vologdin, I didn't like him originally after the Contender Series fight because I thought that he had a weird style for his frame, because it was like he tried to like sit at range almost, and then when things did eventually get ugly, he turned into like a brawler. But it was like his like plan A to me looked like he was just trying to like use range weapons, and I was like, that doesn't make much sense. You're like borderline a dwarf, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, look at the guy. But he's really fun to watch. That is one thing that I will add. And he's extremely durable. He has an incredible chin. He'll get rocked by stuff and just keep walking forward, throwing all sorts of like dynamic strikes and stuff. But he does have good distance management, because I mean, that was originally like my one problem with him was like, dude, stop using ranged weapons. You need to get in close. But in the last fight, he did a good job of, well, for one, it was a brawl, but also he did a good job of using the ranged weapons and then eventually transitioning that into kind of the getting into the pocket and swinging. So it kind of impressed me a little bit. I was like, okay, that was the side of you that I needed to see. As far as Nikolic goes, he kind of just wants to get in close and swing hooks, kind of like Bogdan Grad. Not the same exact style, but like kind of like that whole, you know, let's get in tight and swing bombs. Kind of just trying to put you out with literally everything. I'd be very surprised if, you know, with these UFC level guys, if he has that game plan going into all of his fights, if he's able to go, you know, the distance, because he throws so hard with everything. But I like Vologdin, man. I think he's a brawler. I think he thrives in wars, like we saw. I know that he hasn't, you know, won inside of the UFC or his Contender Series fight. He's a dog. I f with him. It's kind of that simple. This is more of a bias pick because I like Mark Vologdin and I think he's really fun to watch. So yeah, I'm gonna take Mark Vologdin by decision. I think this might win fight of the night right here. Up next, we have Michael Oliveira versus Oban Elliott. Yeah, so I'm gonna take Oliveira. For anyone that doesn't know, Michael Oliveira is like a genetic freak. He should at some point get into the rankings here at 170 at some point. He's a long but extremely powerful striker. So I'm taking, I don't know if I said it yet, I'm taking him to fucking knock out Oban Elliott. Yeah, Oban just wants to point strike and he doesn't really have any power. He uses his ranged weapons pretty good. He has a good spinning back fist when he wants to keep, you know, his opponent away from him and keep him at space. But again, he just doesn't have the power that's like, oh, he can keep pinging you and running away, and and like guys are then reluctant to get into range because he's not stinging them with anything. There's no like, oh, I can't enter now because what about this? What about what? Like what? The little flicky jab that's not gonna do anything, or the spinning back fist that just doesn't really generate much power. On the other side of things, Oliveira he's gonna wait for openings and he's gonna try and cut the cage off, and eventually he's gonna try and pounce when he does get that angle that he wants, and he's gonna unload extremely powerful shots. So essentially the way that and it's gonna put you out. That's like, there's no ifs, ands. If he's able to get the cage off against anybody that weighs 170 pounds in there, he's gonna put them away. It doesn't matter who you are on the planet, you're probably getting put to sleep. So the way that I see this is Oban needs to be perfect for the full 15 minutes. He needs to circle away from the power hand and not let the cage get cut off the entire time, and just stay away from the right hand and the combinations that are coming his way. If he does stand still, that's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry, it's just not. And if he does get rocked, he can't shoot a takedown, because Oban Elliott's his grappling is terrible. That was the one glaring weakness that we've seen. His grappling is not good. So yeah, Michael Oliveira by TKO or club and sub. I can see that happening. He hurts him really bad with a couple shots against the cage. Oban goes down, and maybe Oliveira has some sort of submission ability. Not that we've seen that, but who knows? You know, I mean, with how bad Oban Elliott's grappling is, it could happen, but who knows? I'm taking Michael Oliveira by finish. Next up, we have Ludovic Klein versus Tafik Musayev. Yeah, I'm taking Ludovic Klein. I love Ludovic Klein. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch in the UFC. He reminds me a little bit of like a Lomachenko. Not so much fight style, but like looks. And that they're boxers, I guess. Like Ludovic Klein is an extremely good boxer. He has super fast hands. His kicking game has kind of excelled throughout the years. And as far as like takedown defense goes, other than the Gamrot fight, he's been pretty squeaky clean. And I think a lot of that is just like him relying on his like fast twitch athleticism and being able to get away from guys just because he's more athletic than them and all that. And I think Gamrot's just like that next step up in, you know, grappling presence, and it, you know, just didn't end up working out for him. But on the other side of things, Musayev, he's kind of looking to just hurt you and then shoot a takedown immediately and then submit you on the ground. He's really trying to get you out of there, which is kind of rare from a lot of these guys out in that region of the world. And he's a blatant cheater. Like, the guy is a piece of shit. I.e. what was it, Bahamondes? Is that who he fought when he was cheating like 8 times or whatever? Yeah, it was. Yeah, I can't stand this fucking prick. So, just out of hatred for him, I'm gonna take Ludovic Klein to win a decision or get like a 3rd round TKO. Klein is an extremely talented boxer. As far as like fundamentals go on the feet, it's night and day. Tafik's trying to land a overhand, whereas Ludovic's trying to work off of actual reads. He's not just throwing 1 or 2 shots at a time. He's unloading in combination. He has good counter-striking ability. His kicking game's gotten pretty good. He's way more athletic too, I think. And at this point, with the way that Musayev's career has gone, I hope he gets cut, or he gets like pops for PEDs or something and then gets cut. I can't stand the guy. I can't stand people who blatantly cheat in the octagon and then get away with it to make it even worse. So yeah, no, I'm taking Ludovic Klein by either late TKO or decision. Next up, we have Milos Janicic versus Noah. Is it Gugnon? Gugnon? Or is it, since he's French, is it Gugnon? Don't know. All the film I watched on this guy had the volume all the way down because I can't stand listening to commentators nowadays. So when I first saw this, I was like, what the f is this? Why is it the opening fight on the main card? At least that's what, you know, Tapology says. And then I went and, you know, looked at some film of these guys. I think it's gonna be really entertaining, actually. I'm gonna take Janicic, or Janicic. I could be saying that completely. I could be butchering both of these guys' names. I wrote right here, Milos fights like Alex Pereira. Like, he has like Like, he's squared up to you, and he's really looking to land the lead hook. Not so much, like, Pereira sets it up more. Like, he has that jab to the body, you know, when he'll feint low and then pop you up top with the left hook. Or he can fade away and check you. Milos is more so looking for it on the front foot, like, not really setting it up. Sometimes he'll, like, duck, and it's almost like a lead overhand. But he's extremely powerful, from what I can tell. And just like Pereira, when he does get backed up, his hands are kind of down. And if anything, they're not even down. They're, like, out straight, kind of like Pereira, you know? Like, a lot of the film that I watched was like, this guy fights a lot like Alex. So inherently, he just sucks when he's getting pushed back because his hands are just so far down. He's just so easily hit. And on the other side of things, I'm just going to call him Noah, because I don't know how to say this guy's last name without making it sound like I'm going to, like, vomit, like Gugnon. Gugnon. Also, hot take. French is the ugliest language to listen to in the world. Debate a wall. Anyways, Noah, I have here fights like Ilya, actually. In not so much like the head movement aspect and, you know, the Greco-Roman background, but the combinations that he throws against guys up against the fence. He's looking to throw extended combinations. It's not even like 3 or 4 punch combinations. It's like 5, 6, 7, 8 punch combinations where he's throwing hooks to the body and then he'll come upstairs. I just spat, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was disgusting. What the hell? What was I saying? He throws really good extended combinations. He goes body high, hard, heavy shots. But at the same time, when he does do that, his head movement is extremely predictable. And I noticed he dips to the right side every single time. Doesn't matter what's coming. Even if it's a hook coming from that same side, he'll dip that way and just eat it. So he's extremely defensively, not irresponsible, because he knows, like, oh, I need to move my head or I need to get my guard up. But that even then, like, his hands are, like, kind of down. Like, I know I said he fights like Ilya. It was more so just the combination part of things. Like, his hands are kind of down and he relies on his head movement, but he moves the same way every time. I'm gonna assume that with the way that Milos fights and with the way that Noah moves his head every single time, he's probably gonna end up getting clipped, especially because it's not a straight shot. You can move your head off the center line with straight shots pretty much all day long, unless you're like fighting Prime McGregor and you're Eddie Alvarez and, you know, you go to slip and he meets you there and you're out cold. But anyways, sorry, I'm like fantasizing about Prime Connor in my head. Pause. But yeah, it's a looping shot. He's going to be throwing that lead hook just over and over and over. I think he's eventually going to land it against Noah. So I'm taking Milos Janicic, however the hell you say it. I think he eventually lands one of those big lead hands early. It's probably going to happen in the first round. But who knows? With the way that Noah fights, he could land like a body shot and just sink Milos to the canvas. I think this fight's going to be fireworks. So, moving on. Next up, we have Vlasto Cepo versus Gilbert Urbina. Oh my god. Okay. So for one, the fact that Cepo is this big of a favorite makes me want to puke because he's terrible. I'll read you word for word what I have written down, actually. I've done that for like 3 of these, but I don't care. This is the headline of what I have for Cepo here. Cepo fights like Francis Ngannou did before his first fight with Stipe Miocic. If you guys remember what that was, it was just swing until you connect, and the guy will go out. I swear to God, that's what he does. It's like kind of entertaining because the guy's a retard, and he's just like running forward, throwing at you. It's like really entertaining, but he's brain dead. But on the other side of things, I said, this is what I have for Urbina. I say, Urbina lacks fight IQ, ... But so does Cepo. Does Urbina know to shoot a takedown, ... Probably not. Because if he shoots a takedown, Cepo doesn't know what to do. His whole game plan, like, I want to know what this guy does in the gym. Like, are you just like showing up at the gym and just swinging on a heavy bag for 3 hours? 3-4 up against the heavy bag in the corner? Like, what are you doing? The way I assume that he has his gym set up is like he's on like a large treadmill and they hung a heavy bag like above the treadmill and he's just walking and just throwing hooks at the heavy bag. That's how I imagine he trained. I don't really think that he does anything else because he doesn't know how to defend a takedown, doesn't know how to defend himself if there's any counter shot ability coming back his way. Urbina Urbina should shoot a takedown and choke him out. That's how it should end. Or not even, like, just shoot a takedown and hold top control for like 2 minutes and just let the guy tire himself out. He's like a fish out of water. He gets taken down, doesn't know what to do. He's just expecting his explosiveness early to just be the difference maker. That being said, I never said who I was gonna take. I don't know. I don't care. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I do. I do know. I said, does Urbina know how to shoot a takedown? Probably not. I'm gonna assume he doesn't shoot a takedown and ends up swinging a few times with Cepo, and he goes to sleep. Moving on. Duško Todorovic versus Robert Valentin. It's taking everything in me not to put a hole in this monitor right here. This is on the main card. I'm gonna repeat that. This is on the main card. Dude, if there weren't like people like sleeping in my general, you know, vicinity, like in the rooms around me, I would be lighting up the wall in front of me or my monitor or something. The fact that I have to break, okay, you know what? Here, I'll do this. I'm gonna take Duško. These are my notes. Duško looks for simple straight shots and to get into the clinch and look for a double leg and then hold top control. Valentin looks for finishes literally everywhere, whether it be on the ground or on the feet. He's looking for heavy shots upstairs or when he's on the ground, even when he gets shots on him. He's looking to threaten submissions, but that does not mean any of it is effective. Robert Valentin is supposed to be some brutal finisher. He's f***ing not. He's probably... the Torres Finney fight didn't really know how to like stop a double leg. I mean, he did, but didn't know how to circle off the fence. I'm just gonna assume that Duško does a better job of the grappling and probably wins. I'll take Duško. Moving on. Marcin Tybura versus Alexander Rakic. I've been recording for way too fucking long. I've been recording this for 45 minutes. Good lord. Can you imagine being me right now? Dude, this is like genuinely pathetic. I'm taking Rakic. He's moving up to heavyweight. This is actually really exciting for me. Seeing Rakic, not Tybura's bitch ass, dude. I can't stand Tybura. Oh my god. Holy dude, I'm sorry. That Valentin Todorovic fight just really rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah, Rakic is moving to heavyweight, and he doesn't look like Jamal Hill. Like, oh, all these light heavy, because I know I said like a year back, I was like, these light heavyweight guys, they should move up, and then they did, and a lot of them, they just got fat, and it was like, ooh, maybe not. Like that did not go well. Dude, Rakic looks like ginormous, and not in a Jamal Hill way, in a who's a jacked heavyweight, in like a Cyril Gahn way. You know what I mean? Yeah, Marcin Tybura pisses me the fuck off. Rakic is gonna spark him up and finish him inside of the distance. Tybura throws one strike at a time. Actually, that's not true. He throws a 3-strike combination. It's his favorite one to throw. He'll throw it. He'll run at you. He'll throw a 1-2. As he's like running, he'll like start to circle out as he throws, and as he's circling away and like running away from you, he'll throw a front kick, like running away, and just whiff every time. Never seen it land, but it's his favorite combination and he always throws it. I f***ing hate him. Just something. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure he's a great dude. I can't stand him. I'm taking Rakic, and I hope they have to, never mind. I was gonna say something terrible. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna take Rakic by TKO. Jan Blachowicz versus Navajo Stirling. This is probably the best fight on the card, which is kind of sad because Jan's like 43 now, I think. I'm gonna take Stirling. I don't necessarily like that because I think this is close, because everything that I've seen from Jan is that he's just timeless. Like, the guy could literally fight until he's like 75 years old, I think. The main problem I think Stirling is gonna have here is the low kicks, obviously. I see everyone pointing to that, is just Jan's low kicks are just money. Like, even if you check the low kick, people will like check Jan's low kicks clean and it still hurts him. Like, it didn't do anything. Like, checking the kick like almost made it worse. And Jan can be plotty, and you know, he used to be a lot more effective with, you know, the takedowns and everything. I think that Stirling is just going to be too much of a feint heavy, you know, counter striker. Like, the speed advantage is going to be there. Like, you can tell with Jan, like, in the past, he used to be able to counter strike with guys, go tit for tat with guys who were very feint heavy, like Izzy. Can we talk about that? Prime Izzy. Like, the guy was able to counter strike. He was so good. I just don't think the speed is there anymore. That's the thing that's really that's missing for me, is he's not striking at that pace anymore. I think that the IQ and everything is there, but it's the speed of things. Like, his body's just slowing down. I think Stirling honestly has maybe even advantage in the wrestling in some departments. He has a good single leg entry, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. And again, it's just like, he's 43, bro. How can you? I could totally see Stirling kind of just working bits and pieces of everything. Like, he works in the low kicks, he works in the good, you know, offbeat 1-1-2s. I just don't really trust a 43-year-old, to be honest with you, which sucks because Jan Blachowicz is one of my favorite light heavyweights of all time. Just have to side with the youth. I think that's really just the main thing here. I don't like the fact that Navajo's a -300 favorite right here is what I'm looking at. Or actually not, because there's value on Jan. But anyways, yeah, taking Navajo Stirling. Up next, we have the main event time. It is Uros Medic versus Daniel Rodriguez in 2026. Dude, my monitor is like, oh my. I'm gonna take Medic. Appreciate you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. No, I'm kidding. Can you imagine? Honestly, I should do that one of these days. Just be like, oh, I'm taking Jan, Rakic, Dusko. Just like name all my, you know, when the card's that bad, I should do that. But no, I'm taking Uros Medic. He relies heavily on his speed early, as well as like he mixes in a variety of different angles. Like, he has good uppercuts in close. He mixes it in with looping shots, straight shots. Like, he mixes up his weapons in close combined with his like extreme speed. But at the same time, when he does end a flurry, and I've said this in the past, he's very defensively irresponsible. He'll throw a flurry, and if he kind of whiffs, he takes like a reset, like a full reset. All you got to do is just get him the whiff and then just catch him in one of those spots and he'll go out. And actually, that has happened before with Punahele Soriano. Put him out cold. That was in like the first minute, I think, too. Yeah, so Medic, he is chinny, but at the same time, you look on the other side of things and it's like, okay, what does D-Rod do good? What is his calling card? Okay, he's a good boxer. There's no variety to what it is that he's doing. You know, he works a lot off of just like 1-2s, you know, one counter shot, like the check hook he landed against Kevin Holland. He's looking for like one of those, but there's no like the speed advantage in this, I think, is going to be kind of hard to watch. Like, it's literally not going to be close. And that's the difference to me. D-Rod, you're going to try and drag this. What's the plan? Stay out of the way of the 8-strike combination coming your way, you know, every 20 seconds for up until the 3rd round, and then hope he slows down and land a check hook? I just like, bro, why is this booked? Is he ranked? Is Uros Medic ranked? Daniel Rodriguez is ranked? I forgot about that. Oh my God. Yeah, chalk it, bro. I don't care. I'm taking Medic. Everyone's taking Medic. Medic is going to get this done in the first couple minutes, probably. It's probably going to be a combination much like the Jeff Neal type thing, where he sparks one up off his tempo when they're in close, and he's just faster. Appreciate you guys for watching. This went way too long. I've been recording for a hour. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to trim up a lot of this. I don't enjoy doing that at all. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe per usual. Sorry for the lack of content recently. Been extremely busy. I have a video coming out though at some point. I've got a couple. I'll just say that. But like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.